Welcome to your daily focus for November the 26th and the 27th, 2022. Okay, so if you're feeling rushed, if you have anxiety coming in this weekend, just take a deep breath and I'll explain why that's happening and how you can use it to your advantage. Absolutely, but let's start at the beginning. Let me please introduce myself. I am Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. We start with the 26 energy. The 26 energy is about creating abundance. It's about really thinking things through. And when we have a good plan and good strategy, we can bring in abundance in our life quite easily under a 26 energy. It's always a representation too of us moving forward, usually with other people's energies as well. So it's not just us flying solo, but growing our health, our well being, our relationships. So it could be very much about deepening a relationship this weekend, strengthening a relationship this weekend. 2 plus 6 is an 8. That is in numerology abundance. It is also about your strength and your courage and how you have to embrace those things about you and utilize those things about you. And you do have strength and you do have courage. So it's embracing them and utilizing them. And right now, under this beautiful new moon energy that we have happening, with all of the beautiful energy that came with it, it's time to take a risk on you. But it has to be well thought out under the 26 energy. You just can't jump into something and expect everything to fall into place. If we look at the numerology of the day for Saturday, it is a 25 energy. And that is success after difficulties. So know that under that energy, we can be challenged to see something, to learn something about ourselves, to change a habit, a behavior, maybe how we react to something, how we process it, how we accept it or ignore it. Or that could be a person as well, absolutely. But we learn something great and valuable about ourselves and allows us to move forward then with a very strong and determined and there's another word there, but I'm hearing defiant, a defiant step. Okay, well, defiant. They're not giving me a different one. 2 plus 5 is a 7. So it's standing in our truth. It definitely is about the relationships and growing the harmony within relationships under the 20 or under the 25 energy and the 7 energy. When we move over to the Sunday, we have the 27 energy. The 27 energy, the 27 energy is kind of wild because when used really like dead on, when you really utilize the energy of the 27, you can actually look back and see how the 27 was your first steps towards your best life ever. The things that you want to bring into your life, the things that you want to make reality, the things that you want to manifest, the goals that you want to be successful in. 2 plus 7 is a 9. 9 is more about closure, but only to make room for the new beginnings, the new starts. So we can't have everything and keep it with us as we go on in life. We have to, things come in and things come out and things come in and things come out. And we have to make space. We have to make room for that new beginning, that new start that we want to invite into our reality. If you look at the numerology of the day, it is the 26 energy. That's all about growing the abundance, back to the Saturday energy, right? So know that that energy is throughout the whole weekend for us. That 26 energy, or 2 plus 6 is an 8 energy. And utilizing our strength, our courage, and taking a risk on ourselves to move forward into our dreams, into our desires, into our wants, into our best life ever. Sun is in Sagittarius for the weekend. Moon is in Capricorn all the way until about supper time on Sunday. So then it'll move into Aquarius. So Capricorn is task, getting things done, growing the strategy, making the plan, living up to our responsibilities and obligations, staying within the rules, no coloring outside the line. Although when Aquarius comes in, we can start coloring out the lines a little bit. So hold off on being too unique. But in saying that, I think Mercury and Uranus talk this weekend. That's where we're going to we get our mind gets really busy, and we can start flitting from one thing to another to another to another to another, and we're not grounded, and we're not taking anything in, and we're really just wasting our time because we're not staying long enough to digest what we want to learn, what we want to take away from whatever that is. So now, nagging problems, we can solve those nagging problems. So if you're feeling anxiety, or you're feeling that restless energy, or you're feeling like you are like really busy and not getting anything accomplished, or you're feeling rushed, like it's got to be now, it's got to happen now, kind of thing, in your thoughts, in your mind, the things that are nagging problems, put those in place then. Okay, just stop, delete, no, right, cancel for the thoughts that have been coming to us, and take something that has been eating at you. This has been a problem. You haven't really been able to find a quick fix, or a fix of any kind at all, and give that to your thoughts to work over, because once it starts going and spinning, it'll figure it out for you. So just give it to your mind, okay, and your subconscious will go to work. You will intuitively find those answers that you need to those nagging problems in your life, okay. Also, Capricorn moon, okay, so through Saturday is talking to Uranus and the North Node in a very beautiful way. So we can we can be somewhat open to different methods. And under the Capricorn moon, that's kind of exciting, because Capricorn is the we can't color outside the lines. So when it's getting involved in, okay, well, we can look out in this direction. Let's look and see what we can do, or what we can step into, or how we can move forward. What tools that we need, what words do we need, what actions need to be in place, what kind of strategy have we built around this. So, and pay more attention to your long term goals and your long term responsibilities. Once again, it's looking at what we have control of in our lives and dealing with those things that we have control of, rather than letting things spiral out of control over something that we don't have any kind of real control over. Okay, so those kinds of things have to be put a little bit in the background. You know, if you know somebody that's going through a hard time, and you're playing that in your mind, and of course you're going to feel the emotion. You're going to tap into the emotion of what they're going through. You're going to feel bad for them, and it's going to bring down your energy. And so, as much as you have a kind heart, and that's why you're doing just that. What you have to do, or what you have to try to do, because it's not as easy as it sounds, but you realize that you're worried about your friend. You have no control over what happens with your friend, and you send up a prayer. You ask God, your angels, your guides, the universe, the cosmos, that divine energy to surround your friend. Take away the worry, the concern, the health issues, the relationship problems, the sad emotion. And send a prayer. Prayer is powerful, okay? Send them a good thought. And I heard somebody say every thought is actually a prayer, so they're getting everything. So what are you thinking of? Okay, and especially if you're thinking of where they're at rather than where you want them to be when it comes to their situation, the more you're keeping them actually trapped in that, because you're creating the energy of keeping that in place, because that's what you're thinking of, the here and now. And what you have to do is evolve it into what would be better for them, where you can see them smiling and happy, and maybe that's all you do is see them smiling and happy. I don't know who needed that, because it has a little bit to do, but anyways, let's get to the cards, shall we? I'm babbling again, but I do know that your guides, your angels, know you're going to show up here. They're going to make sure of it, and they come through. They come through because you need to hear the message, and you're ready to hear the message. And I find that my sole purpose. I work for them, not you, but but I love you totally, and that's why I'm here and doing it. Look at this. Our shadow card is the sun. The shadow card for this reason, for this weekend, this weekend is the Sun card, the I am card. This tells me that you're going to get that aha moment, that epiphany, that awareness, that clarity, that knowledge on how to go through that door, how to step on your path, how to. So it could be something with you writing out a plan, writing out strategy. Maybe it's a nagging problem of how you can't go forward because, and fill in the blank, and give that to your brain. If you're gonna think of something, then give it to your thoughts. Okay, give it something productive to do because your mind's gonna go regardless. The Sun is saying that you have reached a point in your life where you now have the talents, you now have the abilities, you have what it takes to start going forward. Now, you might need education, you might need more people, you might, whatever it may be that you are thinking that you don't have and therefore can't go forward. Maybe it's more knowledge. Maybe it's more people around you. Maybe whatever it might be. But know that you are ready at this point, and those things will work itself in as you move forward. Okay, the 27 energy is actually a lot of the people come around you because they get excited about what you are doing. They pick up on that energy and they supply you with what you need. You don't have to worry about it. All you have to do is say it aloud and somebody says, "Oh, I can take care of that for you." So the Sun is here. This is the 19 energy. This is the I am energy. This is about new, beautiful energy moving in, about your changing of seasons, of stepping into I get a springtime energy for the energy that has been around us, the start, the bud that will open up as a beautiful flower, the seed that will sprout into a marvelous oak, whatever it may be for you. In your metaphors of how you are going to create that beautiful path for yourself for your best life ever, this is, you can go forward now. And the light doesn't come from the sky here. The light comes from you. The light comes from you. And when you raise your light and you raise your awareness and you raise your vibration, and it's quite easy to do under this kind of energy to turn your energy into that. So utilize it. Absolutely. And you embrace your strength and your courage, because we can't forget that's an important part of this weekend. And all of a sudden, it's like somebody switches on a switch, and all of a sudden you can see that pathway forward. It was always there, it was waiting for you. But now your vibration is up to where it needs to be. It's the I am card, really. Oh my goodness. Okay. So first card, look at this. The Emperor shows up as the very first card. This is making the plan. This is building the strategy. This is one of the highest diplomats in the deck and one of the highest intuitives in the deck. So you know that your heart and mind will work as one. You're not going to be making decisions too much based on emotion, and you're not going to base them too much on logic. It's going to be a beautiful blend because they are working in harmony when we have the Emperor's energy. Now, this is not hoping and wishing. This is the expectation that whatever you want to manifest in your life happens. Because why? Because you're going to make a plan. You're going to make a strategy. You're going to reach out to people if you don't know the answer for something. And you don't sit there and you don't procrastinate, but you move forward. The Emperor is constantly moving forward in different ways. Always, it's a constant chess game, so to speak. There's always constant moving and thought to the next move and the next move and the next move in all areas of the Emperor, the Empire himself, the Emperor, maybe for the Empress a little bit, all of his subjects. And so you have to be that person. You have to think about yourself and the things that you want to bring in, but also you want to think about the things that you want to bring into the environment for your loved ones, for maybe the community that you live in, for maybe the world at large. We have the Ace of Cups. This talks about a brand new path of passion, Now, this could be money coming in. This could be finances growing. This could be a passion coming in. It's like a job that you've always wanted to do, or a skill that you've always wanted to have, or an experience. Maybe you've always wanted to travel to a certain place or live in a certain community. Absolutely. Those things could be new experiences. It also could be love. You could find your true love right now, a new best friend, growing things. Well, I don't even think it's growing to a deeper. There's a lot of energy here to state that, but this is more of new beginnings, new starts, and how are you going to fill that cup and embrace your passions, embrace your goals, embrace your desires. Okay, this is the expectation. I would have to say this is the expectation of your best life ever becoming your reality. One step at a time, one strategy at a time, one plan at a time. But eventually, if you keep the consistency going and keeping the focus going, oh my gosh, and you are on such a beautiful brand new path for all of this. The Queen of Cups. Okay, so the Queen of Cups says there's a saying out there that you only get in life as much as you feel that you deserve. Okay, and you might get more than you think that you deserve. And guess what? That vanishes very quickly in your life. It doesn't stay around because you yourself don't believe that it should be in your life. Therefore, it can't stay. It's like winning the lottery, but you're not prepared to have that much money, nor do you think you deserve that much money. I mean, what are you going to do with that much money? You're going to live in that big house. What will the neighbors think of you? What will your friends talk about? They'll think you're conceited and you're wasting money, and I could change the planet if I wanted to, but I really want the house and I want to go on that world vacation. And within 2 or 3 years, that money is gone. In fact, many people claim bankruptcy within 2 or 3 years of actually winning a big jackpot because their vibration didn't match it. They didn't have the belief. They didn't believe they were worthy. So Abundance 101 is believing in yourself and knowing that you are worthy. Seeing your beauty. Knowing that you can fill that cup that you are holding there with anything you want. If you can dream it, you can have it. And how will you fill that cup? And will it overflow with happiness, joy, love, abundance, good health, spirituality? What beautiful cards for this weekend. Oh, I spoke too soon. The Nine of Swords here. Okay, so the Nine of Swords is going down that rabbit hole. It's thinking of all those little things. Okay, the worry, the fear, the anxiety. So we talked a little bit already about how to deal with any anxiety that comes in this weekend. And that's about giving your thoughts a nagging problem that you are dealing with or you have dealt with in the past. Maybe you've moved it to the back burner again because it's always there and it's always a problem and you just don't know how to make it better. And you will get those aha moments. You will get those epiphanies because we are going to use that energy to our advantage. Now we have the Nine of Swords here, and the Nine of Swords is all about, you lay there in bed and you're so tired and you hit the pillow and your eyes open up and your mind says, hey, let's talk. And you start thinking about something that happened throughout the day or throughout the week or something you read in the news or something that you have to face the following day or maybe on Monday, let's say. And you start to worry and you start to fear and you start to actually write the narrative for what is going to transpire, even though you don't mean to. Okay, and you write the script, right? You give them lines that it hasn't even happened yet. This is the what ifs, right? And we allow those what ifs to be extremely negative. So once again, cancel, delete. No, stop. And start imagining, so maybe you cracked a joke at work Friday, it's almost quitting time and you cracked this joke and it went really sour. It sounded so much better in your head once it came out and everybody just kind of looked at you. And maybe it was, let's say it was kind of like a little hit at the company you work for or something. And you thought it would go over really big, but apparently nobody was feeling that way. And so you go home and now you're sitting there in your bed and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that. And everybody just stared at me. Like nobody said anything to me. Nobody brought it up in the parking lot. Like nobody. Oh my gosh. What's going to happen on Monday? Am I going to get called in the office? Am I going to get fired? How are people going to treat me? Like, I usually hang out with these people, but they weren't even making eye contact with me. And you start to give them scripts of what they're going to be saying to you, what is going to be happening, right? Play by play action. And what you want to do is start doing the what if. So now you're thinking, okay, so I go to work and as I walk through the door, everybody's in a line and they're clapping and they're patting me on the back and they're like, I can't believe that you said that. We were all thinking that, but nobody had the nerve to actually say it aloud. Now it's out there. Now we can start talking about it. You're our hero. Yeah. Start imagining the good things that can happen in your life. Stop imagining the negative. It breaks my heart when somebody says, I hope I'm not bankrupt. I hope I'm not homeless. I hope I'm not alone. I hope I'm not fill in the blank. Because just you thought it, then you put it into words, and then you read it. So you have cemented it 3 times in your mind. And this is definitely not a time when you want to cement those things in your mind. Okay? So what if I got the job of my dreams? What if I got that promotion? What do you want in your life? Ask for it. But we will worry. So now that you know that energy is there for you this weekend, now you'll be more aware of it when it shows up. So you can say, delete. Okay, one more card. The Ace of Wands. So we have 2 aces here, people. 2 aces. When an ace shows up in a reading, because the reading is really about, how the day is going to go or how the weekend is going to go. And some of the energy spills over into Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and really big energy, although we don't have, except for the new moon will still be a bigger energy for us. So we'll continue to feel that, absolutely. But aces mean that this is a new path that is opening up to you. So this is one of balance. This is one of, so know that those dreams, where are we back here at the Ace of Cups, our passions, our desires, and maybe it has something to do with the Capricorn moon, allowing us to be grounded and look more at our long-term goals and our responsibilities, that we see how we can go forward in a strength with a sure footing. And we don't really need to color outside the lines because we can do everything with what we have to work with and stay within those rules. Maybe looking at, yes, long-term goals I would see, and our responsibilities, our obligations, absolutely. And this is almost like a new take on how it's going to all work out. So maybe we're looking at our boundaries and seeing if they're healthy or not and creating healthy boundaries, maybe for ourselves, maybe for others, our environments. And trust me, when you look at your boundaries and you really spend some time to look at your boundaries in life, what you will start to understand about it is as you shift the things more in line with how it should be, you reduce a lot of worry, a lot of concern, a lot of chaos sometimes. Trust me, the mom of the single mom of 3 kids, 2 of them being autistic, you had to have things in place and rules and boundaries. And once you broke that rule, you were done. You were toast. You could not bring that back into existence in 1,001 years. But so long as you said at 9 o'clock, it is bedtime. Never had a problem. The day I let them go to 9:05, guess what? Oh no, I stayed up till 9:05. I can stay up till 9:05 if I want. But so where are the boundaries? Where do we need to set healthy boundaries within our relationships? Because that only deepens and strengthens the relationship. You think by keeping your lips button tight that you're actually helping the relationship. But unless you're honest within the relationship, you do take away worry. And maybe it's an inside chaos that, I almost see like a whirlwind, a twister going on inside you of chaos that you're feeling because you want to say something, or you want to intervene, or you want to, and you hold back for whatever reason. And yes, sometimes we need to hold back, but obviously we're going to back it up and think about it. But sometimes we know that we should be saying something, or we should be doing something, and yet we still refuse to. And that brings in worry. That brings in concern. We start beating ourselves up because later on we're telling ourselves, you should have acted on that. You should have said that. Now it's too late. Now what are you going to do? Anyways, it's really understanding how we can build a strategy on very grounded approaches. So once again, the 27 energy is, sometimes you can look back at the 27th and see where that decision, that thought, that clarity, that understanding, that knowledge that came in, that little miracle or epiphany actually set you up to build the foundations of your best life ever. Okay, we will get a mantra card. And we have leadership. Set your goals. You can't make this up. You really can't. You can't make it up. Leadership. Set your goals. I know what you're going to say. Oh, Telly, I'm not a leader. I'm a follower. I would never be able to lead. But you can lead yourself. You can be in charge of yourself. You can set the rules and then say to yourself, no, you have to. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you want to watch that. I don't care if you want to play one more game. Turn it off now and let's move it. And sometimes we do have to say that to ourselves. we all have those moments. Come on. I can't be the only one. Okay, leadership. So you can master yourself with assertiveness and self-discipline. So take a leading role in a situation, knowing that mind over heart is sometimes necessary when decisions need to be made. Define your structure, set your boundaries, and focus your attention on achieving your goals. Stick to your plan and see it through to the end. Your strength of purpose helps you to overcome obstacles and achieve the impossible. Expect an opportunity or job promotion with extra responsibilities, though. This may require letting go of unhealthy choices. So the mantra is, I make fair and just decisions. I am a good leader. You simply can't make that up, can you? Oh, goodness, out of all the cards that can come out, let's grab an animal card, shall we? So, yes, once again, you can make the impossible possible, right? It all starts with a love for yourself, a belief in yourself, a knowing that you are deserving, that you are worthy. Okay, let's see what our animal cards have to tell us for this weekend. We have the hare and patience. Okay, create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. So once again, we're not jumping into things. We're thinking it through. And the 26 energy brings that kind of energy in for us, that if we hold it back, we think about it, we can really step into some very positive things. Create a place in nature's stillness and become renewed. So if you're feeling rushed, if you're feeling like you're too busy, then take a time out. Put yourself on a timeout. Rest, restore, recuperate. Absolutely. You're not going to be able to run the full mile if you are tired. So take a break. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Step confidently towards your purpose. The expectation again. I started out by thinking that this reading was all about our expectation of a miracle, expectation of the things that we want to manifest in our lives coming into our lives. And I tell you, once it starts happening for you, it's much easier to continue it because you can see results. I mean, look at like the last 6 months alone of some of the things that I was able to manifest in my life. It was funny when I was gifted the TV because I thought, why did I get a TV? I wasn't asking for a TV. I have a TV. And I thought, but I wanted a monitor and I wanted a big monitor. I didn't want a little monitor like they always come. I wanted a big monitor. And guess what? Now I took the brand new TV and I swapped it out for the TV that I was using, and it is now my monitor, and it's nice and big, and I can see everything and I can read everything, and I can put like 3 or 4 different things up on it here so that I can see it all when I'm looking at it. I mean, it's just, so I don't put on any kind of how it's going to come. And every so often I'll look on Amazon or Best Buy or whatever, and I'll be trying to, what are the monitors, especially if they say they have a sale. And I'm like, that is not a sale to me, okay? That is, you've got a gun in my back. You're robbing me blind. It's not worth that. We all know it's not worth that. But that being said, eventually, and I had a monitor that was working. It was working just fine. There was nothing wrong with the monitor, so I didn't really need to replace the monitor. I just wanted a nicer, bigger monitor, so it was just easier for me to see everything. And anybody who's gone from a small monitor to a big monitor knows exactly what I'm talking about. So it was gifted to me from Ford for buying the F-150 at like my payments, I don't know how they did it, but they worked it out that my payments are actually cheaper now than they were with the vehicle that I had. So did I have to still purchase it? Yeah, I still had to purchase it. Was it in my price point? It absolutely was, and it never has been. And I said to him when I walked in, 4 times in a row I've walked in for an F-150, I've left with an Escape. We're going to break that habit today, okay? So they laughed, and somehow they did it, that my payments are actually cheaper. Anyways, there was that. Gosh, you guys could probably remember more than, I got the brand new phone. I got the brand new computer because I bought the phone, and the phone was discounted so that I could afford it. It just starts happening for you. So it all starts with the belief in yourself, that you're worthy of it, that you are deserving of it, the belief that if you ask for it, it will come, and have the expectation of those things. But also a belief in God, our angels, our spirit guides, the cosmos, that divine energy, the universe, that surround each and every one of us and is working hard to put things in place for us going forward. This is beautiful energy for it. So, above all else, the heron. And it's the patience, having the patience. I didn't, because the monitor didn't show up the very next day, I didn't say that stuff doesn't work. It showed up a couple of months later, but I still wanted it. I still needed it. Anyways, a beautiful weekend full of energy. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.